So this is basically a do-it-all setup, a 4-in-1. Howdy. Back down on range, 3.5. I'm going to start this new segment. And the segment, I'm going to title it, It Sounds Good. And what I mean by that is we have, products that we see online. They show us certain things and it sounds good on paper, but is it really good? So you guys know I'm very big on budget friendly, but not sacrificing so much quality, right? Nothing wrong with name brands and big name price tags, but I want to see what else is out there when it comes to certain things that's better on your pockets, because who doesn't like to save money? I have something that has been done time and time again, but with a little twist on it. So if you guys are familiar with anything from DNT, this is the Hydra HS635. This is a 4-in-1 multi-function thermal optic. A lot of people say 3-in-1. What do you mean by that? We'll get into that here shortly because there's a twist to this guy. So basically what we're looking at is DNT optics. Everyone knows how DNT is. They're tried and true. They have very, very good products. So we're going to talk about affordability. What does something like this come in at price-wise? It comes around $2,300 hairs, which might sound like a lot for a lot of people, but if you scroll back last winter, I did a thermal night vision digital setup it was around like $4,000 hairs. So a little bit different, and this actually does a lot more than that optic that I reviewed last year. So there's a plus on that. So we're talking about build quality. Build quality, this thing is very, very robust, feels very, very, very good in the hand, and it is CNC'd, fully CNC'd with aircraft grade aluminum. The weight is coming in around 15 ounces. And then on the website, don't come for me, it's on the website that this can actually be mounted on a 50 BMG. So it can withstand up to 800 Gs of force. So they claim you can put this on a 50 BMG and you won't lose zero. Not going to be on a 50 BMG in this video because I don't have one, and I don't think Greg Bees would appreciate me shooting a 50 BMG on his property. Plus, we don't have a big enough backstop. Talk about the screen. There is a screen in here you guys will see here shortly. The screen is a OLED screen. This is a 1024, 65 millimeter eye relief. So what I mean by eye relief is when you put it down, you don't have to be like in it like that. This actually comes off, but the eye relief is really, really good. This is a 35 millimeter lens as well. Like I said, robustness, the weight's there. It's very, very lightweight. This could be used, like I said, it's a 4-in-1. So let's talk about the 3 here in a second. So the first one, it could be used as a monocle, right? So you can, take this off, use it as a handheld. It could be used as a standalone because this does have, I want to say, 8 built-in reticles. And it could be used also as a clip-on, meaning if you have something like this, an LPVO, or maybe something like a EOTech on here, you can clip this on to the front and you can run it that way as well, which we'll talk about here soon. So clip on, standalone, and a monocular in this little setup. All right, so we're going to talk about user-friendly, right? So is this thing super high-tech? It is very high-tech, but it's actually, for somebody like me with a Southern public school education, it's actually very easy to manipulate. And I like the fact that they have these tactile buttons on the top and there's no scroll wheel, because if you look at the last video, one of my complaints and one of Nate's complaints was the scroll wheel to zoom and actually go through the menus was on the side. So if you were to carry this, if your rifle's here and it's rubbing, it's going to, as soon as you present it, you could be zoomed in or out and things of that nature. Push the menu button in. It was a mess. So I love the fact that you have your power button here, you have your zoom button in here, you have your different modes through here, and then you have your record button, because this thing does record. So unlike the other one that was $4,000 hairs, this one's cheaper at $2,300. This one actually records as well. Another thing, that the feature that comes on with the DNT is they actually have an application through your phone. So you just download it through the App Store. And that is how you transfer all the recordings that you have off your device to your phone. And you actually don't lose any image quality as well. I was very surprised. I mean, the footage that you're seeing throughout this whole video is directly from here. just like almost airdropped to the DNT app. So it has 32 gig of internal memory as well. So that's also a plus, but they don't have, there's nothing here to install like an external like SD card slot. So that's my only probably takeaway so far with this. Talk about batteries. It comes with two 18650 batteries. These are the smooth or flat heads. Now there's a difference because this is also a 18650 as well, but as you can see, this is a traditional battery. So do not buy these. These are also rechargeable. These will not work in the Hydra. You want the flat tops. So just food for thought. Battery life on this operation, fully operational for about 4 hours. But like I showed you before, this right here can actually plug in a external battery bank as well. So however big your battery bank is, it comes with a cord. It can last for double, triple, X amount of time, duration wise. So it could be 4, 8, 16 hours. You can run this constantly and then extra battery bank. So, and then it comes with two. So that's not that bad. All right. So operation temps. They call on their website. It can be, you can use this in -4-degree weather and up to 125 Fahrenheit if you're in the States. They say also it is water resistant or waterproof under a certain depth. I'm not going to test that in this video because I don't want to put this beauty in the water, even though we have with other optics. We'll talk about my favorite feature on this system as well, because we're going to mount it. I'm going to show you through the recording so you can see it live, what I'm seeing on top of the camera that you're watching me on now. So my favorite feature, I guess I'll just spoil it now. It has the, I'm going to use air quotes, a one-shot zero. Technically, its second shot is a follow-up confirm shot, but this does have a one-shot zero, and it's not zero to anything. All that being said, we are going to mount this. Ooh, I said it was a 4-in-1. I mentioned 3, so we're going to talk about the 4th right now. So this is the all-new offering. Oh, hold on. There we go. The all-new offering mount, QD mount, from DNT. This is the 45-degree angle RMR red dot setup. So it's a QD mount, so we can just go ahead and has a great little system. I'm going to separate this. I don't know if I can even get away with this on YouTube, so please don't come for me. Set it down, cinch it, and now you have your designated optic, thermal night vision, and a canted 45-degree angle RMR red dot. So this is basically a do-it-all setup, a 4-in-1 setup. So day-night vision, standalone, thermal, and now it comes with a 45-degree angle RMR red dot. So it's perfect for transitions. We're going to test that out. So that being said, let me load up the rifle, and we're going to try out the one-shot zero, and you guys will be able to see what I see in real time. All right, 50 yards. Go ahead and turn it on, and then show you guys the features. This here scope, I should say. So we'll go ahead and start recording. Long press. All right, so now you guys see what I see. And this does also record audio as well, but the audio kind of comes out kind of blown up because wherever the mic is, I'm extremely close to it. So I'm just going to use the audio from my device. So we'll just zoom in some. That is the middle button. It goes 6 times. This is as far as it goes. Once you get to 6, it goes right back out to 1.5. We'll go all the way into 6 and then talk about the reticles. So just jump through. You hold down the center button, go through the menu. So we'll just talk about the reticle settings. We'll go straight to reticles. Now it has 8 different reticles and a hide feature for a clip-on. The first one is the first focal point, which is in mils. So meaning if you select this, the farther you zoom in, the values change. That's in mils. You go one more down, that's the second. That's in MOA. And the rest of them don't change at all. I am a fan of number 7 to keep it simple. Click 7. And we're going to talk about the colors. You have red, white, black, it disappeared. There it is. Yellow, and I'm a fan of the green. So now we do that. We hold down the middle button, takes us out. We're going to scroll up to the zeroing. Click 0. And now it has a freeze frame feature. And I will showcase that right now. So now we're going to try to shoot center mass and see what we can find. And I'll show you the feature of the one-shot zero. Let me try a different one. Scroll down to freeze. Let's see if we can see it. Center mass. All right, so now we've seen our point of aim. So now we're gonna freeze frame. And what that does is I'm trying to move the scope and it's not moving, so it froze the picture. So now we've seen our point of aim, which is the center. Our point of impact was to the left and down a little. So we're gonna go over to our X feature. I'm going to scroll this over here to where it hit, confirm, and our Y, bring it down to there. Hit that, and we go back up to unfreeze, and then we're gonna hit save. All right, so now it's saved. So just go ahead and do a confirm center mass shot. All right, we'll go check the hits. That last shot, as you guys seen, after the adjustment was right there. So 1 shot, 0. It was pulling over here, and then we made the adjustment and hit right there. So we have targets there at 55, and then we have distance of those guys right there at 190. So I'm gonna showcase, now this is zeroed, showcase the application of obviously close quarters, which is your 45-degree angle, and distance. This is, you guys see what I see because it's still recording. So you see the targets down there. And so you obviously can't see in here, but that's why the dot is here. Make sure I got one chambered. Okay, we do. This around so you can see. There we go. 190 yards in the middle of the day. It's pretty simple. Now it claimed that we can go 1200. We don't have 1200, so we're gonna go a little bit further, about to 300-ish. Shoot the same targets, but again, see if I can hit it with this guy. There we go. There it is, too easy. All right, let me reload and we'll go to distance. Yeah, 301, 2. 301, we are going to hit record. So now you guys see what I see. We have a round loaded up. Go for the silhouette on the left. Confirmed hit. Confirm, one more. Smacked. 300. That is fantastic. I mean, look at that distance. That's out there. That is a little spicy, to be honest. Let's change the, so there's the Predator. That's iron hot. I like white hot. Black hot, that's what we were using. So that is distance with this guy. Predator mode is pretty cool. So 300 yards with this guy as a standalone. It's not bad at all. So said it could be used as a standalone optic. Obviously you've seen all the built-in reticles. It could be used as a monocular. So with these you can, I want to say you can go to Wilcox and get a bridge where you can actually flip it up and pull it down so you can actually use it on, you have the helmet set up as well. So that's also really, really good. But we're gonna talk about the feature of the clip-on. So now we're gonna clip this on to the LPVO, and I'm gonna show you that feature right now. And boom, here it is. The whole setup, this is a 10.5 barrel LPVO on here, and you guys won't be able to see through the scope, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna change over to the clip-on mode. So long press. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold down, as you guys will see what I'm seeing. This is what it looks like regular. So we're gonna hold it down, see where it says clip-on mode. We're gonna select that, and the menu is going to completely change and be in the center of that. So now that that's done, we're going to exit out of that to see if this thing's on, because when you guys put this on, you wanna make sure that your LPVO or maybe your EOTech is zeroed first. This is, I want to say, zeroed somewhat. It's Dylan's, by the way, so Prepared Father, thank you for the 16-inch and the 10.5. So now we have this up. Now it's recording. We're going to change the mode. Let's do black. And that's just, it's so nice. I wish you guys can see. I doubt you guys will be able to see what I'm seeing because it's going to zoom in, but I tried. I love Magpul mags. There we go. Okay, how many rounds we have left? Plenty. Okay, 10.5, a little bit higher. Yeah, let's see. Because this is a QD mount, you gotta take this off. So let's see if this red dot is still zeroed, even though I zeroed it at 27 yards. Let me just talk about it for a second. I know it's kind of like a wonky setup, but if you really think about it, so if you look through here, you got your LPVO with your night vision that is a QD that you can literally just pop this off, and then your red dot stays, so you can actually transition, and it's not really that hard to see. So because this is QD and we took it off because it was on the 16-inch, we put it in front. So I'm going to see if this holds zero. Actually, let's try close up. Yeah, we're going to go right there. Try close up first. Off. Okay, no, it's on. Still kept zero at 45, even though we zeroed it at 27-ish. How's your ears, Beast?
Yeah.
This 10.5-inch with this blast cannon on it is no joke. But yeah, this is set up for daytime shooting. So now I'm going to play some nighttime footage of us shooting at night and what you guys can experience with that. All right, if someone's pointing a light at your scope, all you got to do is look through it instead of looking directly at it, and you can see them. So you actually don't see the light at all. You just see him. Can't even see him waving. That's cool. All right, so you guys can't see me, but we're gonna use the audio. We have a 6-inch. What is it? Is it 8-inch or 6?
6.
6-inch little steel gong. You guys see it down there. The audio is from the phone, and obviously the night vision is from the Hydra. We're gonna zoom in to 6x zoom, and got to change the holdovers a little. So this is gonna be the first time zeroing it. So I gotta aim a little high.
There it is.
So what we're gonna do now, make clear. Going to go into the menu, go down. Go to reticle, zeroing, somewhere around that. All I need to do is go over to the Y, and we're just going to bring it down to about where center is. Should be good there. Unselect. Gonna go to save, and we should be good to go. All right, I'm gonna send it again. So now we're gonna aim directly center mass at it and see where we're holding is, if it is a one-shot zero or not. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Try it again. Let's do a confirmation. Could be lucky. Wow.
Don't get much better than that.
I don't know if they can see it, but a little bit farther. Let's say this is 120, 130.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that.
Let's back it up some. See how far we are. So we were just right there. All right, we'll just aim a little bit higher for the hold. Lobbing these 22s in. One more time, then it's your turn.
Yep, there it is. It's impressive even with this ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So yeah, that was nighttime footage from the HS635. This thing's fantastic. So like I said, on paper, does it sound good? I'm a fan. I'm a buyer at this for the price point. I think this is a win. I mean, this is how it comes. It comes with just a regular QD mount. So you just pull this out, and this is what actually mounts to the bottom of the optic. And then you just clamp this in, boom, and then that's how it goes on. But because now they just came out, DNT came out with the 45-degree QD mount as well, I think now this makes it even mo better, in my opinion, because they just clip this on, and now you have your thermal night vision and your 45-degree angle. So you're not gonna be able to see because it's turned off, but switch this over and boom. So thermal night vision, boom, close quarters kind of situation. So it's RMR footprint. I think for the price point, you can't really go wrong. So pros and cons, we'll talk about, does it sound good? My opinion, this sounds 100% good, especially with this QD setup. Does it sound good? Definitely sounds good. But so first con would be because it's digital and it has battery, obviously with the charging. So you're gonna be kind of at the mercy of keeping your batteries always charged. Charging these batteries that came in it, it took a couple of hours. But also, like I said, a pro is you can actually hook a battery pack up to this. So you don't have to really worry about the batteries. You have an external battery pack. So pros and con with that one. The sleep mode, the power button right here. So you turn this on. Now, what I did when I first reviewed this is I thought once I tapped it, the screen will go black. That is not turning it off. That is a sleep mode. You'll have this little indicator light right here, and it'll actually flash some kind of like orange or yellow. That's in sleep mode. So all I gotta do is tap it again and it turns back on. But what I did was I thought I turned it off. I tapped it, threw it in my bag, and then went to go use it and it was completely dead. So you actually have to press and long hold, and actually will show an end screen of like counting down from like 3, 2, 1, and it'll completely power it down. So just be mindful of that as well. One of the things that I hope DNT is gonna watch this, I know they will, is the con for me. Since this can be used as a standalone, as a clip-on, I think one of the things that it's lacking, which I think they should, especially with their claims of a standalone and a monocular and a clip-on, is there's no case for it. There's a hard case, right, that it comes in the box, but it doesn't come like if I wanted to take this off my clip-on setup and use it as a monocular, I have nowhere else to put it. So there's no like, they came out with like a hard case like this, like a fanny pack or something, or just something you could slide it in, put it on your battle belt or something. I think that would be fantastic. So including that with something at this price point, I think would take them very, very far. All right, the last con about the Hydra, in my opinion, for those guys that want to use a higher powered, higher magnification scope, like a 416 or a 5x25, this will not work with it. And what I mean by that is when you take something like an LPVO that is a 1:10, and you put this up to the screen, the magnification stock on this is 1.5. Now, when you take something like a 416 or a 525, it's gonna be the best way I can say is take your scope, your high-powered scope, and put your phone in front of it and try to watch like a YouTube video. It's not gonna happen because it's already so high-powered, zoomed in from stock. It will not, because it's reading a digital screen. So it's like a, you know, even though it is 65 millimeter with the 35 millimeter eye relief, it's so already, you know, focused in and honed in on that digital screen that you won't be able to see it. So this is only going to be for your LPVO guys and your EOTech guys. So little pros and cons. You're paying this much money. You want it to work for all applications. Fortunately, this will not work for higher power scopes. That's basically it. So with all that being said, it sounds good because it is good. So with all that being said, I'm Ron. This is the DNT Hydra. For the bang for the buck, I'm a buyer for sure. So see you guys on the next one. Oh wait, we gotta and
The bees.
and the bees. All right, see you guys on the next one. Peace.